Dr. Stone.
Dr. Stone.
They fucking know each other. That's
They know
awesome.
each other.
Thurman, are you okay?
I'm fine. Why?
You're so weird.
Why are you saying that, bro? Like,
Okay, you go ahead and start, bro. It might be a little too late for you. His
nah,
ass
bro.
just parroted me like you literally just said the thing I said twice.
So they made her ice cream, bro.
Mm.
Bro, she's looking at that shit. Like, am I the only one who is loving the fucking
The sensual fucking eating of the ice cream?
No, the character, you pervert. Nah.
Yeah, I mean, look at the thickness, bro.
Like, she's just so adorable, bro.
She's
like,
very adorable, and I like her personality. I like just how easily, her type is basically Senku, which is hilarious. Sorry, Senku doesn't have.
sex drive.
Yeah, that's the word. Sorry about that. Fucking when you want to be ravished, but just ain't it. Oh god, I'm so tired. Why can't I chill this now? Okay, we can do this. Now, what I want to talk about, while we're still on the ice cream, I guess, there's a quote I love. I just think it's one of the greatest quotes in this chapter, and it's the getting to the raw of the root elements that make up this world helps us create stuff we've got no business having. I like that because Senku looks at the world kind of like I've always said that scientists are like hackers of nature. In fact, I have a video I could even fucking put it up. Well, I guess I can't because I haven't changed over the file settings yet, so I can't edit these. But I have a video of me in like middle school eating like a ghost pepper. And even back then, I was like, it's the third hottest pepper in the world, but it's the hottest naturally growing pepper because scientists are hackers of nature, because they could like splice shit and make a hotter pepper. So essentially, the way he's saying, gets us stuff that we have no business having. It's basically like this whole like organic chemistry, working with the raw like elements of the world. It's essentially like cheat codes for the universe. Like, even though we have no fucking natural vanilla around, if we just fucking fuck with the ozone and add a certain like element here, bam, vanilla. Like, that shit's wild. That blows my mind.
Oh yeah, and I like it's been a minute since we've actually seen the process of them making
food.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I also, speaking of bar Francois, however the fuck you say this motherfucker's name. How do you say this motherfucker's name? Francois?
Francois.
Sure. I'm sure that's wrong. But it's also been a minute since we've seen a character's drink, like a drink named after one of the characters. I need more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this ice cream should have been like they should take like the leftover ice cream and make like a float. Right? Like a root beer float. Like, what character would the root beer float be? Has Taiju had a drink yet?
No, he hasn't. I think. I think only a few like the main. So, bro, what if the people who got drinks are the main characters?
Yeah,
bro.
So
if you got a drink that shows
the author has like the bias towards you.
Yo.
Are you so excited?
That's wild, bro.
Oh my god. Wow. How do you feel about charming Senku?
It's something. I mean, my man is just—he's trying. He's right. He's trying.
It's funny because like Senku, he's almost more charming when he's not pretending to be charming. Like that's kind of like he's just naturally a fucking absolute catch. Like, his natural personality is like totally smashable. And then he's like trying to be Prince Charming here, and it's so weird.
So, I want to go back to the mentor thing. So it's just like,
that's gonna be an interesting dynamic.
So that's wild. So it's gonna be mentor versus bro, yes, author, yes. Oh yes,
author. Did you forget the name, brother?
No, Ingaraki.
Why'd you just say author? Yes.
Because I'm moaning his name while he's plowing me right now.
All right.
It's just like, So he was a NASA scientist. So a flashback, maybe next chapter,
Oh, I'd be
maybe
down. Yo, give me
because
Babu
if
Senku
you
any day.
because
I'd be down.
because
That'd be
the
cool.
one thing I am kind of about is like Senku knew his name, but I mean to be fair, but then again, like Zeno's not really like a common name. So if he was your mentor, you obviously probably would have recognized it, right? Because like who else is named Zeno that you know, right? Like,
True.
and then he's like,
Is this the first time he heard the name?
I don't know. There's no way. You
Yeah,
can't
that's what I'm saying. That's a little weird.
because it can't be. Let us know in
Well,
trust
no,
me.
yeah, I mean, because like, someone go back and check, but like, because like I remember they were on the fucking radio call with him at one point.
No. I went back in this chapter. He just says Zeno's name. He says
Really?
we'll extract intel out of Zeno and his people.
So like maybe
So all, so all
that's a little bit of an oversight, isn't it?
yo, bro.
Yo, we just fucking no one else reviewing this series is gonna fucking talk about this. That this is why you come to Controlled Chaos. Everyone else is gonna be like talking about the story and ramifications, and we're like, bro, Senku, wait a minute, buddy. If you know someone who's named like Francesca or some shit, no, that's not even good enough. Think of Thurman, because you're the person who can make this joke. Think of like the craziest, dumbest like black name you've ever heard in your life.
Oh yeah, LaQuisha.
Yeah. So like, okay, now how many? But do you know some LaQuishas?
Via memeage, yes, no.
Okay, but so that's actually it's pretty rare, right? You'd say it's pretty rare.
Yeah.
So if you knew, if you met someone in college named LaQuisha, and like you're I don't know, you're going to a job or whatever, like 10 years later, and you're like, oh, just wait till you meet the coworker LaQuisha, and you're like, wait a minute. I don't know. It's just like, even that's not good enough, because like that's still a feasible name. Like, who the fuck is Zeno? Seems like a pretty specific name.
Yeah, I have no, especially if he's American.
Yeah,
Like,
that might just be a little bit of an oversight from the author. I'll be honest.
He said, like, I need info on Zeno. Tell me everything you know. It's just that, honestly,
like it wouldn't like click. Like, wait a minute. And is it possible that maybe? Hold on. Is it possible that maybe in this flashback that we get, if we do get one, is it possible that maybe he was so young that like he doesn't really like remember the name of the guy, but just like more of his mannerisms?
But no, but he said Dr. Zeno was my mentor, though. Like, unless, he's going to have to explain, because that's a huge plot point. Like, not a plot point, but it's just, like, oversight, because he...
0 out of 10. Worst series ever.
It's like, so he's, because she says elegant, right? Yeah, because I believe...
Dr. Zeno's favorite, to borrow Dr. Zeno's favorite word, it's elegant. It's really elegant, yeah.
So that's actually her fault. Why the fuck would she say that, acting like she's not a spy? Like...
I don't know. I mean, she's clearly she's not the best. I'll be honest.
She was doing this. I think she was doing the same routine that Gen was doing. I want to portray him. He's
which by the way is like not super. And I'm glad that no one's falling for it, because like it's like exactly the same. Like they literally just sent their guy. Like no one can be this stupid. And I'm glad that both teams aren't. Both teams are like, you're clearly a spy. Hey, you're clearly a spy.
Let me stop. You're clearly That's actually so fucking funny. I'd be like, because he said the last chapter, he was like, because like all the scrub, like dumb, like minions are like fucking like, do you believe this guy? Do you believe this guy? And they're like, no, obviously he's suspicious of shit. All the people with common sense are like, clearly he's suspicious. Like,
oh my god!
But it's just like the scrubs from both sides are just like, no. Like Senku, like it's funny too, because what I find funny about Senku's science team is that majority of them have common sense. Like even like
there's really not a lot of dumb characters. Like even
besides like Kaiju, Magma, and Yo, like. Majority of the like, and I guess Ginru, like,
but here's
majority
even the dumb characters in this series, they have like their moments of like clarity. You know what I mean? Like, there's like, how to put it? Like, I feel like even the dumb characters could be like, could be like, well, you're obviously a fucking spy. Like they're not that dumb.
It's just like,
because even I'm trying to think in this chapter, like, don't they even say, or maybe it was the last chapter, like when they're like, Senku, why are you letting him on? Like, this is clearly a spy. And then like one of the ones that you'd consider dumb normally is like, well, I mean, Senku's a man too. I mean, even though obviously we know that Senku has no sex drive, but like, I think it was Yo. I have to go back to the last chapter, but one of them was one of them was like even the dumb one was like, yeah, you're clearly a spy, but we're letting you on because you're hot.
Magma and Yo were just like looking at her.
We're letting you on because of that.
Bro, no, Magma, bro, I'm real incel energy, bro. Incel energy. Like, look at him. Look at him.
Which page? Show me.
Page 7. Look at him. That's incel energy. Looking at her with disgust. Like, why is this woman looking at me? Like, look, you see that shit? Tell me you see it.
I guess I don't know what you said. Page 7, but they're not even on page 7. They're on page 6.
Page 6.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, like, Yo has like a dumb cat face. Magma is absolutely incelling for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you said both of them were incelling.
No. I say Magma.
Magma, the ultimate incel. Was it? Bro, Magma is the wait. Magma is the ultimate incel because wasn't like when we first saw him, wasn't he fucking like fighting in that tournament to basically like win the marriage of Kohaku's sister?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he didn't get it. He's probably still a virgin.
My man's is. Yo, that's the funniest shit. He looked at her like, why is this women on this ship?
Another fucking woman.
Another woman. Oh, that should not be funny, but it's funny.
Well, you know what's fun, Thurman? We have 2 other chapters to talk about because we haven't reviewed it for 3 chapters. So, if there's anything else you want to talk about in these other chapters.
No.
What do you mean no, bitch? What?
We only have 2 chapters to review. We have
3, bitch. I had to read 3 chapters to get ready for this review. Is all I'm saying.
Wow.
The last one we read was the one where they were like, we're gonna build a fucking aircraft carrier.
Oh wow, really? Holy shit. Well, let me go back and look.
Well, I wanted to talk about the sniping plan. I love that plan. Like, it's pretty fucked up. Like, literally, they have like a fucking striped dress so that Stanley can like measure the exact like centimeters of like the bullet. That's fucking wild.
Yeah, like.
Also, like, still a guy, by the way, Stanley. Just to remind you.
Yes, I think we've.
Yeah, but you get salty about it. It's funny.
They are really though.
You wanted to smash.
We need more women characters.
Oh, what about fucking the thick one eating the fucking meat, guarding Gen?
Bro, she's fucking. That's wild.
Are you against muscly women?
Imagine saying that when I said I had.
Did you hear the dumb tone I did? Making like that was the tone I just did was the equivalent of like that fucking SpongeBob meme with like the cap and then the not cap and then the cap.
Oh.
You couldn't tell, really.
I'm slow, okay. But I'm definitely loving everything that's happening here. I'm really happy that the other Team Science is just fucking like, bro, this man is not hesitating to kill. At first, this is gonna sound stupid of me. I'm sorry, but I don't give a shit. I'm saying it, bro.
Okay.
I thought when this girl first got introduced, I thought it was
the star-haired girl.
Yeah, I thought it was Ginru cosplaying. Yeah, I thought they somehow like off screen had Ginru like sneak in as a girl again. Because she's like the way she was acting, like was so Ginru like. I was like, oh wait, did she like that?
I can confirm I didn't think that, but I won't judge you for thinking it.
Because when she first came out, I was like, oh well, she looks like exactly like Ginru, and then she's like, can we trust this Gen guy? And then every time he talked, she did that shit like Ginru does, and like bro, like she's the perfect way. Shipping it, bro. Shipping it.
Oh, her and getting bro, that'd be cute as fuck. No, but wait a minute. No, it can't be that. She literally said her type is like the smart type. Hold on, let me read because like hold on, let me find it. She says, Okay. Uses his wisdom to lead these kids, even though I'm the same age. He builds up the science from the. He's got a really intelligent, hardworking guy with convictions. That's her type.
That's
Absolutely not. Getting rid of. There's no way.
Bro, you know my man's just gonna pull a Hercule and just like make her think like that.
Oh shit! Wait a minute. He's still got that guy that's like fucking like his butler essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, maybe he could like look to the butler and be like kind of like in Aladdin when he's like, Genie, help me fucking make me a prince. Help me win over fucking Jasmine. He could like look to this fucking guy like, bro, make me seem like not a scumfuck for like 2 days, please. Thank you. You got it.
It's funny too because Moles was the one who was like, she's cute.
I'm bad with names. Remind me who that is.
I think that's Mose is
that's the girl. Is it a girl?
No.
Then I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's the dude. Go to chapter 154, bitch.
Okay, what page?
Page.
Oh,
14.
that guy. Yeah. I found it. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was like,
Bro, at the end, can you go to the end of 154, bro? Senku's face. I love that we have a main character in Senku that can like straight up be evil.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has zero. He's like he has literally zero moral compass. All he cares about is like science, increasing knowledge, reviving humanity. Beyond that, I don't give a fuck. Like, I have a feeling if one of his dudes was like, all right, bro, we're just going to go kill Dr. Zeno real quick, he'd be like, oh, okay. No, well, now that he knows it's his, like, previous mentor, maybe it'll be different. But, like, before that, I just feel like Senku, he'd just be like, all right, whatever. Like, does he seem like he cares?
He has a moral compass for sure, but at the end of the day, he has a job to do.
Funny.
Reviving all of humanity.
Like, but have we ever seen a moment where Senku has been like, stop it, Magma, you're going too far?
No, not tonight.
It's never him, bro. Like the author takes care to like really have Senku just always be like memeing in the background. Like he's never like worried about like moral quandaries. He lets everyone else handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if there's anything else to talk about here. Oh yeah, Senku coming down. Like, you're safe now. Don't worry about it, bro. I don't remember if it was you that said this or one of the comments, but when I was reading 154 and she's coming in, like, okay, I gotta come in and find the scientist, Dr. Taiju. And then Senku walks down in his goddamn E=MC² shirt, and I'm like, bro, you take that shit off. How did that not occur to her? I wonder who the scientist is. Is it this motherfucker with a fucking equation?
Dressed like a scientist?
Not only dressed like a scientist and the one explaining all the things. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Oh my god.
Oh Lord. But yeah, how about, what else we can talk about? Senku's team is sending in a squad of their own.
Ooh, yeah, I know. So combat.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I have a feeling there won't be much combat.
Oh my, here he goes.
Have I been right every time?
2 flips and
a couple flips. No, I'm saying, like, what they do at this point, like, I don't know. The combat is just kind of a means to an end. It's like it's like less about it's less like here's the details of the combat and more the author just like flipping a switch. Like, combat is now happening. Now combat is not happening. Like, he just wants you to know there is combat. Should you be able to see it? Absolutely not. Do you know what's going on? Absolutely not. But there's combat happening. The more important part is like the characters interacting and like the strategy.
We'll
it's
see.
Like the applause sign at a fucking live recording of a show. It's like the combat neon sign lights up like combat.
That's wild.
Let's see here. But yeah, so it's funny. Why do they keep sending a child into horrible, dangerous situations? Suka, melon girl, melon child is going in.
Apparently, Suka knows how to do her job.
Bro, it's kind of wild. You want to talk about being wild? The fact that they keep sending this fucking child to these scenarios is like crazy to me.
To be fair, they're all children.
No. It's a difference between like 16, 17, 18 versus like how old canonically? Hold on, let me Google this. Fucking, do we know? Is there a fucking age for Suka? Let's see, Dr. Stone. Oh, I forgot her like squinty face when she didn't have glasses. She's okay. So she was 9 at introduction, and she's now 11.
So she's 11 years old, huh?
Yeah, after the time skip. Yeah, it's still it's fine because it's a manga. It's fine, but I'll be honest. One of my favorite things to do with this series is to nitpick dumb shit. Even I do it because I love it.
Nitpick dumb shit. That's wild.
I mean, it's still like one of the best series in Jump consistently.
Oh yeah. This series bops majority of Jumps.
Like this, it's funny because some series are really good, but they have like massive like dips and spikes in quality. That would be My Hero Academia. Some are just almost consistently bad. That would be Promised Neverland. Chainsaw Man is, I would say, consistently good. And Dr. Stone is also consistently good, but in a different way. Even One Piece has like ups and downs, but like I'd say Chainsaw Man and Dr. Stone are the two series that are basically very consistently good.
I agree.
Yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, I guess the other thing I wanted to talk about too was when Stan's talking about going to kill Taiju / Senku, the scientist. Gen's like, all right, well, but how? And he's just like, I can. Okay, but how are you gonna do that? I can. I was like, okay, fucking flexing over here, relax. And then like even fucking Zeno's like, don't worry about it, don't question it, because you can.
Reminds me of the Doflamingo did with what's his name?
I don't know who.
Never mind. It's like
describe him to me, slut.
The one who's like he fought Ace in the arena.
What, you mean Sabo?
No, I mean yeah, Sabo. Yeah.
You dumb motherfucker.
He was the host of the arena.
The host wasn't the host like the microphone guy?
He was like
Gats.
Duffy.
Oh boy.
Cool.
Fucking the flag fruit guy.
Diamante.
Yeah. Yo, you're right. No, his thing, his gag was that he would be like, no, Duffy, I could never accept that. And he's like, no, I want you to accept it. And he's like, no, Duffy, I could never accept that. And he's like, all right, if you don't want to accept it, I accept it. It was always 3 times.
That's really funny. That reminds me of.
So good. Well, anyway, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Hyoga, Tsukasa, Yukio, and Suka are going in. So what do you think they're going to do on their side? Like they're trying to capture, and it changes the whole dynamic now because they're trying to capture him. And now Senku's just now realized, oh fuck, I know this guy. So like, what is that going to do to the dynamic here? Because like up until now, and I still kind of stand by this fucking guy, this Dr. Zeno, he kind of seems like a fucking psychopath. So like, was he always like that? Like, you're telling me this fucking freak worked for NASA? So like, was he always like a weirdo, or did like the apocalypse do that to him? Because I could see him being like a normal dude, and then like what he's going through now turned him into a fucking narcissist, possibly, because he's just like stressing. I could see that. What do you think?
I don't know, man. Because I mean, if clearly Senku has a well, I mean, to be fair, though, Senku doesn't have the good taste in people, anyways. Like, let's be honest. So I could see him be like,
wait, back up that claim. What do you mean by that?
I mean, like, in the real world, like people like Magma.
Oh, you're right. Wait a minute, you're right.
Really?
I never
Really?
realized. Yo, wait a minute. I never realized how right you are. That's what I'm I say this every review. I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm saying when I say Senku's fucking moral compass is so weird, bro. He's like, yo, you're a corrupt cop. You're probably. And by the way, corrupt cop be hitting different right now. But this is the first Dr. Stone review we've done since all that shit. Like, God, Senku. Oh no. Senku's canceled. He's working with cops.
So, like, even if he's psychopath or not, Senku would probably be like, yeah, he's a murderer, experiment on people, tortures them, but, he taught me how to build something, so that means he's cool. That's Senku, bro. Like,
I fucking love him. It's such a weird. It's so weird to see a character like that. I will never get over it. Yeah, so like, I would love it if this guy is just like a maniacal maniac, and he always has been. And Senku's like, oh, good times. That Zeno taught me everything I knew.
That's actually really fucking hilarious, bro. That's actually so fucking funny.
Next, we're gonna find out Senku's dad would like hated minorities.
Oof, he gets canceled. Can't cancel him, he's dead.
Senku's the ultimate fucking like centrist. He just he has zero opinions on things other than science.
No, that's
it's like that fucking. There's a meme going around recently where it's like all of this politics talk, socialism, and racism. I just want to grill.
I just want to grill.
Like it's just like Senku's like all these fucking politics talk. I just want to fucking do science. That's all I want.
Oh my god, that's really funny. So,
wow.
Final thoughts. I'm give straight up. These 3 chapters are a 10.
Bro, above One Piece, is that blasphemy? I feel like that's blasphemy.
Bro, 3 chapters, bro. 3 chapters. It's giving it an edge. It has prep time. It had prep time.
I don't know. Yamato coming in One Piece. I don't know if I can.
3 chapters. The 3 chapters to One Piece 1.
Fine. Oh, you're rating them as one unit? I guess that's fair enough.
I did it with My Hero.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. All right, well, good shit. I'm very excited, especially like the whole dynamics changed now. I'm very excited to see these 2 motherfuckers have a conversation, and I hope that the author leans in. At some point, I want him to lean into the fact that Senku is just like okay with associating with like horrible people. You're very funny.
My man really is out here.
You know how funny it would be if Senku's like introducing like guys, this is like he's like an uncle to me, and then he's just like, what's up, filthy peasants?
Oh my god, that's actually really funny.
We're still going to kill you all and take your shit, but hey Senku.
I'll leave everyone alive, but you Senku, I'll kill everyone, but you Senku, you get to stay alive.
Yeah. I did. I owed your dad a lot of things. So, yeah. Your dad beat me once in fucking poker, and I owed him a lot of money.
That's actually really funny. I can see that.
That's phenomenal. Okay. Well, I guess peace.
Peace!